You won't believe this, but I've seen it with my own eyes. Men in their 60s and even 70s who had almost given up hope, suddenly waking up with the kind of firmness they hadn't felt in decades. And no, it wasn't because of pills, injections, or risky procedures. It was from one simple drink. A drink that takes less than a minute to make, with ingredients sitting quietly in their kitchen cabinet. And in just a few seconds after drinking it, their bodies responded with surprising force, like iron coming to life. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara. I've spent over 30 years helping men restore their strength, their vitality, and their confidence. And I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm here to give you something real, a natural, science-backed solution that I've seen work countless times for older men who thought they were beyond repair. The strangest part? Most doctors overlook this recipe completely, but nature didn't forget you, and neither did your body. It just needs the right signal. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to make this powerful drink, why it works almost immediately, and how each ingredient works like a trigger for your manhood. And make sure you stay with me to the end, because one small ingredient most men ignore may be the reason yours hasn't worked in years. Before we dive into the recipe, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to hit that button and turn on the bell, so you never miss another natural tip to restore your strength, circulation, and confidence after 60. And if this drink sounds like something you're ready to try, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. I always want to hear how I can serve you better. All right, let's get straight to what you came for. The full recipe. This simple drink takes less than a minute to prepare, yet it contains a powerful combination of natural ingredients that work together to boost blood flow, testosterone, and nerve response. Here's exactly how to make it at home, step by step, using everyday ingredients that older men often overlook, but that your body will thank you for. 1. The full magical recipe. How to make it step by step. This is the part you've been waiting for, the exact recipe that's helped so many older men feel like themselves again, often within minutes. It's not hype. It's simple science, delivered through ingredients your body already understands. This isn't some complicated protocol or supplement stack. It's one powerful drink that works with your biology, not against it. Here's what you need. 1 egg yolk. That's right, just the yolk. It's loaded with choline, healthy fats, and the raw materials your body uses to create testosterone and transmit nerve signals. Separate it carefully and place it in a clean cup. Next, take 1 small stick of cinnamon or half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Cinnamon supports blood vessel health and helps regulate blood sugar, 2 essential factors for strong and lasting erections. Chop or crush the cinnamon and add it to the egg yolk. Now grab 1 clove of fresh garlic. Peel it, grate it finely, and stir it into the mixture. Garlic is a natural nitric oxide booster that improves blood flow almost immediately, especially in aging men with poor circulation. Then take a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, peel it, and grate it as well. Ginger stimulates nerve endings, wakes up sluggish blood vessels, and provides a deep warming effect that older men often lack. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder. This bright yellow spice is famous for reducing inflammation in the blood vessels and protecting your inner circulatory lining, giving blood a clear path to flow. Add a pinch of black pepper, not for flavor, but because it contains piperine, which supercharges the absorption of turmeric and helps stimulate testosterone enzymes. Now heat up 1 cup of milk, dairy or unsweetened plant-based, and slowly pour it into the mixture, stirring gently. The warmth activates the essential oils from the spices and soothes your digestion. Once mixed, strain it through a fine mesh sieve into a clean cup. To finish, squeeze in the juice from half a fresh lemon. The vitamin C supports nitric oxide production and helps cleanse the liver, which plays a key role in hormone regulation. Finally, stir in 1 teaspoon of raw honey for natural energy and reproductive support. Drink this warm, ideally in the morning or 30 minutes before intimacy. Most men feel the difference within minutes, and the benefits compound over time. Now that you know the recipe, let me show you why the first ingredient, egg yolk, is far more powerful than most men realize, especially after age 60. 2. Egg yolk, the testosterone igniter. If you were to remove every other ingredient from this recipe and keep only one, the egg yolk would still spark noticeable changes in a man over 60 because it addresses a problem that hides in plain sight: the body's dwindling supply of raw building blocks for male hormones and nerve messengers. Modern nutrition has all but demonized cholesterol, yet the testes rely on it to manufacture testosterone, and the richest, most biologically active form comes packaged right inside a single egg yolk. Each yolk delivers a precise combination of cholesterol, omega-3, and omega-7 fats, choline, B12, and fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and K2. Together, they perform three critical jobs in minutes. First, they prime Leydig cells in the testes to convert cholesterol into free testosterone. Studies at Baylor College of Medicine show that older men with higher dietary choline and K2 intake produce more bioavailable testosterone without medication. Second, they recharge acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that tells penile tissue to relax and fill with blood. Low acetylcholine is a silent culprit behind "I can't feel anything down there" complaints. Third, they stabilize the endothelial lining of arteries, preventing the microtears that sabotage nitric oxide production. That is why men who reintroduce whole egg yolk into their diets often report deeper sleep, morning firmness, and a sharper sense of well-being within the first week. Critically, the fats in yolk also unlock the fat-soluble compounds in cinnamon, turmeric, and pepper later in the drink. Without that emulsifying base, the spices float past your digestive tract with minimal absorption. Think of the yolk as the ignition key. Turn it, and the rest of the engine roars to life. Leave it out, and you are sitting in a sleek car that refuses to start. Commercial testosterone gels and boosters try to bypass nature's design. The yolk obeys it, feeding the exact pathways your body still knows how to use, even after 60 years of wear. So the next time someone tells you to skip the yolk for the sake of heart health, remember that a weak heart often begins with weak hormones and sluggish blood flow. Speaking of blood flow, the very next ingredient harnesses a natural compound that can expand your arteries in as little as 8 minutes. Let's look at the humble clove of garlic and see why it might be the fastest circulatory fix you've never tried. 3. Garlic, the blood flow booster. Garlic might be the most underestimated natural medicine sitting in your kitchen. And when it comes to restoring blood flow down there, it's absolutely essential. For men over 60, the most common root cause of weak or unreliable erections isn't just low testosterone, it's poor circulation. The pipes are clogged, the pressure is low, and the tissue that once responded in seconds now barely stirs. Garlic changes that. This one ingredient contains a powerful compound called allicin, which forms when garlic is crushed or grated. Allicin acts almost like nature's version of nitric oxide therapy. It helps relax blood vessels, improves endothelial function, and allows more blood to move freely through the arteries, including the tiny ones that lead to the penis. But what makes garlic especially valuable for older men is that it doesn't just open blood vessels temporarily, it actively helps clean them. Multiple studies have shown that regular garlic intake can reduce arterial plaque, lower LDL cholesterol, and support healthier blood pressure levels. In fact, some research suggests garlic can reverse the early stages of atherosclerosis, which silently robs millions of older men of their vitality and intimacy without warning. That's why I tell my patients that garlic is not just an ingredient, it's a circulation reset. In the context of this drink, when you grate garlic finely and mix it with warm milk and fats from egg yolk, it becomes more bioavailable. Your body absorbs the allicin more efficiently, and the effects are often felt within minutes, first as warmth, then as a sense of restored physical readiness. I've had patients who tried this drink for 3 or 4 days and reported stronger morning erections after months of nothing. That's not coincidence, it's chemistry working the way nature intended. And unlike prescription medications, garlic doesn't spike your blood pressure or carry risk of sudden drops. It works in harmony with your system, repairing it from the inside out. That's why garlic is absolutely non-negotiable in this recipe. It gets the blood flowing, clears the path, and sets the stage for everything else to work. But garlic alone can't restore full function if your nerves aren't firing. That's why the next ingredient is just as vital. It's known to awaken nerve endings, rekindle sensitivity, and even restore emotional spark. Let's take a closer look at the power of fresh ginger. 4. Ginger, the nerve awakener. For many older men, the problem isn't just blood flow, it's lack of sensation. You may have blood reaching the area, but if your nerves aren't firing, the response feels dull, disconnected, or delayed. This is where ginger becomes absolutely essential. Ginger has long been used in traditional medicine to warm the body, improve circulation, and stimulate the nervous system. But what most people don't realize is that ginger contains active compounds like gingerol and shogal, which directly influence sensory nerves and blood vessel tone. These compounds help reawaken dormant pathways in the body that are critical for arousal, reflexes, and pleasure. As we age, nerve endings, especially in the pelvic region, can lose sensitivity. This isn't just frustrating, it can lead to a complete disconnect between mental desire and physical response. Ginger helps bridge that gap. By improving microcirculation and stimulating the peripheral nervous system, ginger makes the body more responsive to sexual cues. It brings warmth, both physically and emotionally, which many older men report missing in their intimate lives. In fact, a 2018 study showed that men who supplemented with ginger experienced improved erectile quality and reported increased satisfaction due to enhanced nerve sensitivity. Ginger also has a remarkable impact on stress hormones, particularly cortisol. High cortisol blunts testosterone and interferes with the brain-body communication required for a strong erection. Ginger helps regulate that balance naturally. In other words, it doesn't just help you perform physically, it helps you reconnect mentally and emotionally too. When you combine freshly grated ginger with garlic, egg yolk, and cinnamon in this drink, the synergy is undeniable. Ginger cuts through internal stagnation, supports natural hormone rhythms, and brings the body back into alignment. I've had older patients who told me, I didn't realize how numb I had become until I started feeling again. That feeling, that reconnection, is what ginger helps unlock. But this restoration can't last unless your blood sugar and vascular tone are stabilized. And that's where the next ingredient plays a surprisingly powerful role. Let's take a closer look at cinnamon, one of the most overlooked yet vital spices for older men wanting to stay strong, steady, and in control. 5. Cinnamon, the erection stabilizer. Cinnamon may seem like a sweet afterthought, something you sprinkle on oatmeal or toast, but inside this drink, it plays a critical role that most men over 60 can't afford to ignore. As we age, two major issues quietly sabotage our ability to maintain strong, lasting erections: unstable blood sugar and poor vascular tone. Cinnamon addresses both in a way that no pharmaceutical ever could, and that's exactly why it's a non-negotiable part of this recipe. One of the biggest enemies of male performance is insulin resistance. When blood sugar spikes and crashes, it inflames the blood vessels, narrows arteries, and reduces nitric oxide, the molecule that allows blood to flood into the penis. Cinnamon naturally helps stabilize glucose levels by increasing insulin sensitivity. This means better blood sugar control, reduced inflammation, and a steadier internal environment where your body can maintain erection strength with less struggle. But cinnamon doesn't stop there. It's also rich in polyphenols and a compound called cinnamaldehyde, which helps relax and expand blood vessels. That means more blood reaches your pelvic region and stays there longer. The result? Not only can you get hard, but you stay hard. Men who lack this kind of vascular resilience often complain of going soft midway, or of feeling pressure drop too quickly. Cinnamon helps lock in the pressure needed to sustain intimacy. And there's another reason cinnamon is so essential. It improves warmth and sensitivity. Many older men don't realize how cold and stagnant their lower body circulation has become. Cinnamon gently restores heat and flow, enhancing both physical response and emotional connection. Plus, its natural sweetness offsets the stronger flavors of garlic and ginger in the drink, making it not just effective, but enjoyable to consume. The synergy of cinnamon with egg yolk, ginger, and garlic forms the circulatory core of this recipe. Without cinnamon, you may experience a temporary boost, but you risk losing the staying power that turns a moment into a meaningful experience. That's what cinnamon gives back. Still, all these benefits can fall short if your body can't properly absorb and activate them. That's why the next ingredient may be the smallest in quantity, but possibly the most important in unlocking the full power of this drink. Let's talk about black pepper and the hidden role it plays in firing everything up. 6. Black pepper, the absorption multiplier and testosterone catalyst. Black pepper might be the smallest ingredient in this drink, but don't let its size fool you. It holds the key to unlocking the full potential of every other element. Without it, much of the ginger, turmeric, and cinnamon you consume may pass through your body without doing their job. That's because black pepper contains a natural compound called piperine, which dramatically increases the bioavailability of many nutrients. In fact, studies show that piperine can boost the absorption of curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, by up to 2,000%. That alone makes black pepper indispensable in this drink, but it doesn't stop there. Piperine also has its own unique benefits for older men, particularly when it comes to testosterone and circulation. Research suggests that black pepper may help stimulate key enzymes in the testes that are responsible for testosterone production. In one animal study, males given piperine experienced significant increases in both serum testosterone and sperm count. While more research is needed in humans, the early evidence is promising, especially for men over 60 whose natural testosterone has been slowly declining for years. Black pepper also plays a subtle yet crucial role in warming the digestive system and enhancing circulation. This may sound minor, but when it comes to erectile strength, even small improvements in blood flow and hormone function can make the difference between frustration and fulfillment. And because this drink depends on fat-soluble nutrients, antioxidant-rich spices, and delicate enzyme reactions, pepper ensures that your body doesn't waste what you've taken time to prepare. Think of it as the spark plug in your engine. It doesn't make the fuel, but it fires everything into motion. Skip it, and the power stays locked inside the tank. Include it, and suddenly your body wakes up, absorbs more, and responds faster. So while pepper is only added in a pinch, its impact is anything but small. It ties the entire recipe together and supercharges every benefit, from blood flow to hormone health to nerve sensitivity. And now that you've seen how each ingredient plays a vital role, let me share with you one final thought. This drink is powerful, but what truly brings it to life is how you use it, consistently, wisely, and with the mindset of reclaiming your strength. Let's talk about how to make that shift, starting today. Conclusion. So there you have it. A simple, natural drink made with real ingredients that work together to support the very things every man over 60 deserves to hold on to: strong blood flow, healthy testosterone, sharp nerve response, and the quiet confidence that your body still knows how to show up when it matters. Egg yolk fuels your hormones. Garlic clears your vessels. Ginger reawakens your nerves. Cinnamon helps you stay steady. Black pepper unlocks the full power of it all. This isn't just a recipe, it's a reminder. A reminder that you're not broken, you're not too old, you're not past the point of no return. Your body still remembers what strength feels like. It just needs the right signal, the right fuel, and a bit of consistency to bring it all back. Try this drink daily, give it time to build, and most of all, believe that healing is still possible. The men I've seen transform didn't do it with pills. They did it with choices. And now that you have the knowledge, the next choice is yours. You're stronger than you think, and it's never too late to feel like a man again.